Hi guys, welcome to our dream team call. My name is Ali Van Arsdale. I am not Melanie. As you can see, Melanie is on vacation, and I said, hey, take the day off and I will cover your call for you. It is not a problem at all. So I am going to be covering a great topic for you all tonight. I'm going to be talking about how to create a really positive team culture, and then talk about how to duplicate success and get those duplicatable systems in place for your team, because we ultimately all want our team to grow and become the best that we can make it to reach our goals that we have set. Before I really dive into the meat of our call, I have a few announcements to share with all of you. So first up, if you are not already aware, which you guys should be, Super Saturday is in January. It is on January 9th, and we have an event going on in Pittsburgh. I can't wait for it. I will be there on Friday, January 8th from 7 to 10. It's at the William Penn Omni Hotel downtown, and it is going to be awesome. They're going to be recognizing elite top coaches, premier coaches for the year, and we're also going to have Carl Deichler there to give us some speeches. If you have not already gotten your ticket, make sure you get that. And then also, likewise, make sure to pass this on to your teams, to make sure they're squared away to get their tickets to go to the event. There are discounted rates for the rooms available at the Omni. If you guys all go in, 4 or 5 people in a room, it's a pretty cheap rate for a couple of nights in a hotel room, and it will be well worth it. I guarantee it. They will also have samples of the new Cafe Latte Shakeology, which is pretty awesome. We're pretty stoked about that, to be able to try it for the first time before it's even released. So that is something you don't want to miss. If you're not in the Pittsburgh area, or you're not coming into town on the Pittsburgh area for the Super Saturday, make sure you get to a Super Saturday in your area. I'm from Seattle. Well, I'm not from Seattle. I live out here. And there are Super Saturdays all around the Pacific Northwest, as there are Super Saturdays all around the country. So make sure you're attending a Super Saturday. Those events really help you in your business. They help you really have success, and they really help you to see that, this isn't just a behind the scenes business. We have people who are crazy as us out there reaching for their goals as Beachbody coaches. So don't hesitate to get to a Super Saturday. If you don't know anybody, when you get there, I encourage you to go, and you're going to be around like-minded people, and really get out of that comfort zone and get there. It's a great mom's day out. If you have kids you want to get away from for the day, it's a lot of fun. So I encourage you to get to a Super Saturday event, and better yet, come to Pittsburgh Super Friday event. It's going to be really, really awesome. Likewise, for Pittsburgh, we also on Saturday morning, so we have Super Friday on Friday night, and then on Saturday morning, there is a Dream Team training event. And what it is going to be, it's going to be, how the success that got you to the point where you're at in your business isn't what's going to propel you forward farther. So it's going to be some of the top leaders on the Dream Team, elite coaches, premier coaches, Star Diamond coaches, giving you some great tips to start your year off on a great foot and really turbocharge your business. I know that when Melanie and hosted this event last year and I went to it, it was a huge game changer in my business. So I really encourage you to get these tickets, get to that event, and get there if you're able to. It will be well worth it. There will be a live workout prior to this if you're staying overnight from Super Friday into Saturday morning. There will be a live workout that morning, and doors I think will open at 8:30 a.m. to get into this, and the event will be from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. in Pittsburgh, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and really you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss the training. We are so blessed to be on the team that we're on, and the amount of training that is in this will be remarkable. So make sure you make the effort to get there, and better yet, make sure you pass this on to your team so that they know all about it as well. Also, on Saturday, January 9th, that evening, we have the training in the morning. That evening, Melanie is hosting a party for us, a night to remember with the Dream Team, and it'll be from 7 to 11. And what is so great about this is it's a time for us to just relax and have fun and really get to know each other and just It's open to anybody on the Dream Team who is a coach. Get your event tickets for this. It's going to be at Console Energy Center. It's going to be a really great time. I know I'm really looking forward to a night out with some great friends. And again, I encourage you to come into town for it. It'll be a night that you don't want to miss for sure. Do you guys have any questions at all about Super Friday, Super Saturday, or the party on Saturday night? Any questions at all? All right, if you do, don't forget you can chat and we'll get those questions answered for you. All right, just another couple announcements. The January Surge, if this is your first year as a coach, this is coming up on your first January as a coach, this is a really important thing that Beachbody does that corporate runs for us. It's called the January Surge. And what it is it is an opportunity for corporate to kind of touch base with us and tell us what's coming up in the new year, what their goals are, and what their mission is. It also kind of wraps up how we did this past year. And they recognize top coaches, elite coaches, premier coaches for the year. So mark your calendars. This will be a live YouTube feed from Beachbody on January 4th from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And 2 hours, it'll be well worth it. And they, share some really great information for you. I know that if you're a Diamond or above, you got this in your Diamond Insider email. So make sure you check out all of that information. And the January Surge is something you don't want to miss. It's packed full of great content. And I know that I'm excited to tune in to hear, where our Success Club trip will be in 2017, all of those really great things. Something that, I wanted to touch on tonight before we kind of dive into the meat of our call is why is it so essential to hit Success Club in December? I mean, it's essential every single month, right? It is something that we want to try to get to. It's that milestone in our business. It's that benchmark, that level that measures our success. But why in December is it so crucial? Well, first off, it's going to set you up for success in the new year because we know that new year means resolutions for everybody. And that is like our Christmas in the Beachbody world, right? But why is it so much more essential than that? We have this thing in Beachbody called the lead program. And we have customer leads and Success Club leads. And a lead is a customer who goes and purchases something without a coach. And Beachbody assigns them a coach, which is wonderful. And if you hit Success Club, you are given those leads who come in and purchase something. So it's really essential that you go to Success Club 5, you get those customer leads. Success Club 10, you get those paid Shakeology leads that come in. So what is everybody going to be doing in January? New Year's resolutions. If you are not at Success Club, I really, really encourage you to make sure you get there. It is only December 28th. We still have the 29th, 30th, and 31st to hit Success Club. Follow up like crazy and really get those Success Club points on the board because it is going to set you up for a success in January, and you really don't want to miss out on the lead opportunity come January. So make sure you are getting those Success Club points in line so you are set up, and make sure you're Success Club qualified. So make sure you have your 90 personal volume on HD in order to qualify for your Success Club. Also, guys, we want to end this month strong. So if you're not at Success Club and you're like, I don't know what to do, it's been a really slow month for me, here are just a couple tips. Go back through your contact list and follow up with people. Just a simple, if you've been consistent, if you've shown how you've been committed to your health and fitness, you have, drink your Shakeology every single day. If you've been consistent on your social media, a simple, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Do you have any plans for the new year? Is going to get the conversation started with people, and they will automatically start asking you about what you're doing as a coach because they guarantee they have getting in shape, New Year's resolution on their brain. So if you've done your job of being consistent, sending out that follow-up, just asking how somebody's doing, if they have any plans for a new year, for their New Year celebration, that's going to get that conversation going, and it'll turn into an invite and a follow-up. Another great thing you can do if you're really struggling, you can always incentivize. You can do, the first 5 people to come purchase a challenge pack from me will get the Fixate cookbook. Really think outside the box and how you can incentivize people to come and, work with you and get those Success Club points on the board. Really, you just have to do those vital behaviors daily. Like I said, have to be consistent. It'll make those follow-ups. It'll make everything else just fall into place if you are consistent with what you do. The next thing I want to touch on is your 2016 goals. I know we still have a couple of days left in 2015, and we want to make sure that we hit December goals and end the month strong. But if you have not already started talking about and thinking about your 2016 goals, I really encourage you to do so. And I want you to think about everything with your goals. Financial, where you want your rank to be, where do you want to be on the team leadership ladder, anything that you want, put it on your goal board, put it on your goal list. Now, here's the thing, you can't just write something down. You have to make them SMART goals, and here's why. SMART goals are going to really set you up for success to make sure that you're able to reach those goals. So if you don't know what SMART goals are, if you've never heard of it, or maybe you just need a refresher, SMART goals need to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So let's say you're a brand new coach, you're a coach rank. It may not be realistic for you to go for top coach in 1 year, okay? But you should put on there an attainable goal that's realistic that you can achieve in a timely amount of time. You don't just want to say, I'm going to be a diamond coach. You want to say, I'm going to be a diamond coach by this time, by March. I'm going to be a diamond coach. How will I know? I'll know whenever I have a great working coach underneath of me, 2 working coaches underneath of me. So make sure you're putting specific deadlines on them. Remember, they're not wishes, they're goals. So you have to put something on there that's going to give you something to shoot for and a deadline to meet it by. If you don't have a deadline, then there's no gumption. There's nothing for you to push for. So you have to give yourself a deadline to reach that goal by, because it's going to make you push a little harder. Okay? So just a few shout outs to our wonderful Success Club 10 All-Stars who are totally blowing it out of the water this month. Jennifer Ratchui, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, and Julia Ellis are the top Success Club earners for the Dream Team, followed very, very closely by Alyssa Shoemaker, Jacqueline Stokes, Krista Meyer, and the list goes on and on and on. You guys are doing fantastic. Keep up the amazing work. You guys are on top of it, and you guys are clearly doing your vital behaviors every single day. Remember, champions are made at this time of the year when it's hard. It's pretty easy to get Success Club in January because everybody wants to get in shape. It's the time of the year now whenever it's holidays and people are canceling Shakeology and putting off things to pay for their holiday expenses. This is whenever champions are made. So you really have to push hard. And I guarantee if you continue to push, you're going to have success. And the list just goes on and on. Look at these Success Club 10 All-Stars and our Success Club 5 All-Stars. Great job, guys. They just go on and on. This is great. Make sure I give everybody a chance to find their name. I know I search for my name every week on this call. All right, so do you guys, also our top recruiters of the week, Holly Hurdle with 10, that's fantastic. Julie Roos, Lacey Meyer, the whole way down to Kayla Mays, you guys are great. Awesome job with your recruiting, you guys are doing awesome. All right, so kind of any questions on announcements before we move on? Just wanted to make sure I relayed those announcements to you guys. Any questions at all? All right, let's go ahead and we will keep going then. So we're going to dive right into my team call topic for you guys tonight. And it's just about creating a positive team culture with duplicatable systems. I think, a lot of people think, when do I create a team? When do I make my own team page? How do I run it? How do I do things? And I want to give you guys a couple tips tonight and things that I have done over my 18 months as a coach to help you as you begin your teams, as you perfect how you run your teams and how you're constantly changing. As a leader, you're constantly changing how you run the show, how you do your calls. And it's important to always get new ideas. Good leaders are always students. So I want to give you guys some great tips tonight on how to really develop that team culture and then really develop those duplicatable systems that your leaders can then pass on to their teams. Just a little bit about me first. I'm a mom and a wife, first and foremost. That's my wonderful husband, Matt, there. We met in high school, so we've been together for about 11 years already. It's crazy. Married for 5.5. We grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, born and raised. Matt's in the Army, so we are a military family, and we've lived in Tennessee, Oklahoma, and now Washington. state just south of Seattle. We absolutely love the Pacific Northwest. It is a really fun place to live. It's a really fun place to visit if you've never been here. It's a beautiful part of the country. And we have 2 children. We have Charlotte, who's 2.5, and Harrison, who is 3 months. So I have, a newborn at home and a crazy toddler who keeps me on my toes, and we wouldn't have it any other way, that's for sure. I'm a former 4th grade teacher. I taught in Tennessee, and I went to a really small college called Westminster College in Western Pennsylvania. If you're from Pittsburgh, you know that school. It's pretty common out there. And I taught 4th grade for 3 years, and then we moved, and I had our daughter, and now I'm a stay-at-home mom and a Beachbody coach full time. I've been a coach for 18 months. I started in July of 2014 with the 21-day fix to lose baby weight from having my daughter. And now I'm in the same boat losing baby weight from my son, Harrison. So it's funny how it comes full circle. But during that time, I started this year as a diamond coach, a brand new rough diamond. I would say a diamond in the rough for sure. And this year, I am now a 5-star diamond coach and a 2015 elite qualified coach, barring Thursday, to make sure that elite goes through. My team and I are holding on to that spot for elite this year to make sure everything goes through on the 31st. I'm the founder of my team, Classically Fit, and I love my team. And I think all the ladies on my team will attest to the fact that we do have a fantastic team culture, and we do have really great duplicatable systems. And I'm going to share with you guys tonight some tips and tricks on how we do it, how my leaders and I really, run the show, and we lead leaders. We don't drag people along. We're right there with them, and we're pushing forward. So team culture, I wanted to start with that. The biggest thing with team culture is you need to make sure you have open communication with your coaches. You're not a boss. I love this graphic on this page. A boss is somebody who's at the top telling people what to do. You're watching people fall and fail, and you're watching them struggle to get to the top. But a leader is someone who is down there in the trenches every single day with their team. You're working alongside of them. You're not working above them. You are leading them and doing the same actions that they're doing every single day. All right? You need to grow leaders on your team. You're not a leader of a whole bunch of followers. You are a leader of leaders. And it's up to you as the leader of your team, the person who had the crazy idea to put the team page together and put all these people on the same team page. You are the one who's responsible for showing them the way. You're paving the way for them, and you're showing it along the path with them. You're not up there shouting from the rooftops. You are in the trenches doing it with them. The key thing to do this is you need to make sure you pass the reins and you learn how to delegate. It's hard. I'm still struggling with how to delegate to my leaders on my team, to pass the reins to them. With that said, if you're a leader on your team, volunteer, do things. Say, hey, I know you're really busy. Can I host a team call for you? Can I do anything for you in our Coach Basics group? Can I run that this month? When you expand your leadership skills a little bit, it takes something off your upline, right? And it shows your upline that you're a runner in the business. And it also allows you to practice, right? What better way to do it than to do it alongside of your mentor coach and to, be a leader with them. I always, have my leaders right alongside of me. I'm never above them. Our team calls are very casual. As you can tell, I have no makeup on. I did my hair today, which is a feat in itself. It's usually never done. But I'm a very no-nonsense person, and I lead alongside of them. I'm transparent, and we get the job done. We make every single person feel valued in our team. We celebrate every success on our team, whether it is a first challenge pack sale, whether it is signing up their first coach, hitting their first rank as Emerald, maintaining that rank, top producers, the top leaders. There is something so amazing about being shouted out in a Facebook team, especially when you're a new coach. When you're a brand new coach, it is so important that you feel that success right away. No, even if it's the smallest, most mundane task, you have to feel success right away in order to continue. And I'm the same way. I am very recognition driven. I search for my name on the leaderboards every single week, and I need to be there. And I love seeing my name, even if it's just for a split second that that slide is on the team call, even if it's just a split second that my name is said on the national wake-up call, it's a success that is celebrated and noticed. And when you do that for other people, they automatically earn respect for you, and they want to please you, and they want to work with you, not for you, with you. The best thing too is to be in the trenches with your team. It is so important to be doing the things that you're telling and asking your team to do. If you're telling your team, hey, you guys need to track your business, guess what you need to be doing? Tracking your business. If you're telling your team, hey, Success Club is a non-negotiable, guess who should be at the top of the leaderboard by the 5th of the month? You. You are the leader of your team, and you need to show them that it's attainable and that it's able to be done. You need to be in the trenches every single day with them, down there, inviting, following up, posting on social media, showing that you're vulnerable. You need to make sure that you're in the trenches with them. See the mountain? You want to be that guy on the mountain helping up his other leaders, not at the top celebrating while they're all struggling to get to where you are. This is the next thing is really important. You need to share your goals with your team. If you have goals, it's important that you share them with your team. I know when we were pushing for Elite this year, we're still pushing, we're not there yet. I shared that with my team, and I shared it hesitantly, thinking I didn't want them to think it was just about me, because it's not. It's our team. It's what we're shooting for. And I was amazed at their response. We have this great culture where I've celebrated their successes and I rally them together, and I am so confident in their ability because I have the vision for our team. I have the vision for them long before they have the vision, that they were jumping at the chance to shoot for diamond, to shoot to get more coaches on their team, to grow our team into an elite team, because I'm with them every single day. I'm not giving up on them. I remind them of their goals. I push them. I know that they're capable of it, and it's my job to remind them, even on bad days, that they're capable of more than they think. Now, here's the thing. You also have to work with them to meet their goals too. You have to listen. I have several people on my team who say, you know what, Ali? I don't want to be an elite coach. It's not important to me to hit Success Club every month. It's important to me to get my Shakeology paid for. It's important to me to not have that fee. That is how you need to push your coaches. You can't push somebody who just wants to cover their Shakeology to be an elite coach if they don't want to do that. You have to make sure that you're helping them to meet their goals, so that then they're helping you to meet yours. You will also realize very quickly who your runners are in your business and who those are. Not that they're not runners, they're just people who have different goals, and that's okay. It's your job as their mentor coach to help cater their plan of action toward their goals. A person's plan of action who wants to cover their Shakeology and their fees every month is going to look very different than a coach who's pushing for top 10 elite premier. It's just going to look very different. And it's up to you as their leader to make sure you have that open communication with them to help them reach their goals, whatever they may be, and to celebrate when they do hit them, and then to help them create more goals and new goals to shoot for even after that. A great thing too is you need to be resourceful. Okay? We have so many resources available to us on this team. Beachbody community in general. Have you been on YouTube? There are so many resources on there for us to find the answers to these questions. If you want to have a positive team culture, you are not doing your team any favors by constantly answering their questions. You will do them a favor if you say, hey, I covered this on the team call last night and the recording is posted in our team page. Or, Melanie covered that on the Dream Team call Monday night. Let me make sure I post the recording from Monday on our team page, and I'll make sure I tag you in the post. Or, if you go to your back office, it's under the My Business tab in your sponsorship drill down. Let me know if you need help filtering the report. Show them how to find the answer. Don't just answer it for them. You want to create leaders, and you create leaders by leading them to find the answer. If you're constantly putting out fires and answering questions, they're never going to stand on their own 2 feet. Okay? They're never going to have their own team. You need to put trust in them, and you also need to instill a sense of pride in them that they're capable of finding the answers. And it's your job to give them the tools to find those answers. Another thing that works really well to foster positive team culture on my team is I have a team page that I opened up as soon as I got working coaches. I opened it up when I had my first 2 coaches that got me to Emerald. And there were 4 people in that group, and it's the same group that I have today. It's 4 people in that group, and you know what we did? We did a free clean eating group together. That was what we did in that team page. It was really just a place where we collaborated and bounced ideas off of each other for our free clean eating group. It is never too early to start your own team page. Never. You don't have a name? Don't worry about it. You can change the name of a Facebook group. You can change the name of your team. What is important about that is it automatically lets your coaches see, oh, she's leading us, and they're going to want to follow you. And then they're going to be empowered to create their own team page. It's never too early to start your own team page. I encourage you to do it. As soon as you get working coaches, start your own team page, even if it's not that active right now. I know whenever I started my team page, we were still running challenge groups, and we were running our main team page was my uplines team page. And that's okay to do that for a little bit. But you have to have it in place so when you're ready to take that jump and leap, you're ready to go. I also do team calls. I remember very vividly, I had 4 new coaches one month, and one of my uplines is Val Baza. And I said, Val, I have 4 coaches for our coach training. She's like, you have 4? She's like, you need to run that group on your own. I said, wait, what? I don't want to run that group on my own. Like, I remember vividly feeling that way. And she goes, no, you're ready. She's like, I'll run it right alongside you, but you need to run that group on your own. And you know what? From that moment on, running that group, I hosted the calls for it. I had no idea what I was going to talk about, but I hosted the calls. And from then on, that same time frame turned into my weekly team calls. And we had team calls every single week since then. We also have group threads going on. So for example, I have a message going with all the diamonds on my page. All my diamonds, people shooting for diamonds are on a message thread. People who I'm on Team Cups with, we're on a message thread. It's a lot easier sometimes to have a group message thread going than constantly checking into another group. We have challenge groups, we have push groups, we have team pages. Another group on top of that makes it really hard. But guess what everybody gets on their phone anywhere they are? A message from Messenger in a group thread. And you will find that as a leader, when you have a group thread full of people all shooting for diamond, they answer each other's questions, they empower each other, they become success partners, and they help each other. And it takes the burden off you a little bit. You have a reliable group of people who are answering questions, who you trust, who you know are giving sound advice, and you're there to see and resonate and make sure that advice is sound and ready to go. So those are my tips for team culture. And it's something that is not there automatically. You have to kind of think of it like when you're recruiting a challenger, right? Think about that challenger who you had to follow up with 20 times before they were like, yeah, I'll do that challenge group with you. That's kind of how your team culture is. You have to build trust and you have to build credibility. How do you do that? You rise to the top and you set the standard and you are in the trenches. You are running alongside your team. You are not running out ahead of them where they feel like they can never catch up with you. You are not slacking off. You're at Success Club every single month. You're recruiting new coaches and you are in the game, and they can sense that and they know it. And they want to follow you because you're empowering them to be a leader. So that's how team culture is. It takes time. It takes time to get it there. And my team culture is forever changing. It's not set in stone how we do things. It will change. My team right now will be so different 12 months from now and 2 years from now. That's just how it is, and that's okay. But if you do things and focus your team on how you want to do things, that's how it's going to happen. And you'll become a leader of leaders as long as you're empowering people and having the vision long before they do, and that you're acting like you have a vision long before you even do too. Now, the other side is systems, creating those duplicatable systems. So that way, whenever you onboard people, new coaches, diamonds, recruiting coaches, they become diamonds. It's important that they are able to do the same thing for their team, right? You want to duplicate your success. I want the 5 diamonds that got us to 5-star and will get us to elite this year. I want them to be a 5-star diamond. I want them to be elite. I want them to be premier. And it's my job as their mentor to translate the leadership vision into the reality for them. So here's just kind of some tips on how I do that with them. I broaden my vision, first of all. You have to think of your vision not so much as daily, like what do I have to do today? My to-do list is only for today. I want you to broaden it from daily to weekly to monthly to yearly. And then you kind of have to reverse engineer it. Think big, think long term. Like what are your goals for 2016? Where do you want to be this time next year sitting on a team call? What rank do you want to be? Financially, where do you want to be? And then you need to shrink it down. Okay, if I want to be an elite coach, what do I have to do every single month? What do I have to do every single week? What do I have to do every single day? And you have to do that with your team to broaden your vision to not just day to day, but long term, and how those day to day, that consistency over time, how it's going to lead you to success. Then you need to share it, okay? Share your game plan, share your goals, and share it with your team. Share how you're going to do it. It's like, I remember being in elementary school, and we were in a music class, and for whatever reason, this was in a music class. I have no idea why. And our music teacher said, hey, we want to bake a cake. What are all the things that we need to bake a cake? And we went through all these ingredients. We said sugar and flour, and we're seventh graders. We're just kind of throwing out what we think is on the back of the Betty Crocker box mix, eggs and all this stuff, and bake the cake. We need the oven. And you know what we all forgot? We forgot the pan to put the cake in. How are we going to make a cake if we have nothing to put it in, right? How are you going to have a team if you have no vision, if you have nothing to base anything on? You have to have a foundation there, and you have to share it, and you have to make sure that you are showing them how to do it, breaking it down step by step with them. It's like making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Explain to me how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Well, first you put the peanut butter on the bread. And have you ever seen the demonstration where they just take the jar of peanut butter and put it right on the bread? That's how people are going to interpret what you tell them to do. So it's important that you cater how you do things for each coach with the ultimate mission the same. People learn in different ways. So you have to make sure you're aware of how they learn, how they're pushed, how they respond, to make sure that you're pushing them in the right way, to make sure that they're not just putting peanut butter jars on bread to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, to make sure that what they're doing is actually getting them to their goals. Another great way to make great duplicatable systems is shadowing and observing. You guys we're blessed. We have amazing leaders on this team. We have amazing leaders in your upline, in whoever your Star Diamond upline is. And you have the opportunity, I'm sure you do, to shadow and observe your upline. Remember when Val kicked me out and said, you got to go run that Coach Basics on your own? I was still in her Coach Basics. I was shadowing it, and I was observing her. I was looking, I was seeing how she was responding to questions, how she posted, how she told people to go find information, how she ran her calls. I was a little fly on the wall in that group while I was running my own group side by side. I was observing her, and I was shadowing her. And I still do that to this day with some groups that I run for my team. And that's okay. You have to constantly be the student as you're building your own systems and as you are completely fostering that team culture. You need to go deeper in your downline. Don't just think you're only responsible for your personally sponsored coaches. That's not okay. You have an entire downline there, right? Your coaches have coaches, and then some of their coaches have coaches. Remember, it's your responsibility as their upline to make sure that you're sharing your experiences with them. Because let's be realistic. Someday, your personally sponsored coaches, they may quit. And then you inherit all of those coaches underneath of them. It's really important that you have a relationship with not just your personally sponsored coaches, but every coach on your team. It doesn't have to be something that is, really personal, really intimate, really, long lasting, but it could turn into that. They're on your team for a reason, and they put trust in you, and they're helping you. So you need to help them. For example, I'm doing one-on-one calls with anybody in my downline. I set specific times. I said anybody on our downline and my entire team can sign up for a one-on-one call with me. And here's what I did. If it's not one of my personally sponsored coaches, I invited their sponsor coach to be on that call with them to make sure they see, number one, how is Ali running a one-on-one call? How does she do it? What types of questions are she asking? How does she prep them for that one-on-one call? What does she ask them to have ready beforehand? And then they're also aware of, okay, so that's what my personally sponsored coach's goals are. Here's how I can help them. And then it also shows them that, oh, Ali is going to help me when I need help. It's not just, she's just not a name in my back office. She's not just the person who runs our team calls. She's there to help me, and she actually cares about my goals as well. So go deeper in your downline. Get past the personally sponsored coaches. Go deeper. I share everything with my team. If I had an email that worked, I share it with them. If I say, hey guys, we're going to do a 3-day refresh group, and it's going to be 5 days long, and it's going to be, 1 day of prep, 3 days of refresh, 1 day of reflection. Who wants to run it with me? And we immediately start a group thread. We start chatting, bouncing ideas. We start a Google Doc to build the curriculum together, because everybody can edit a Google Doc. You don't have to save and save new versions. It automatically saves on Google. We brainstorm ideas, and then me as the leader, I say, okay, you're responsible for this day, and this day. And if we could all have those things done, we'll put a brainstorm bank at the top that we can pull from for topics. I have done that with every single group. We build curriculums together, we pull from other resources, and we make it our own. I share everything with them. Things that have worked, things that haven't worked, my failures, my strengths, things that I've been successful with. Share everything. It's only going to help you. It's only going to help your team. It's only going to help that team culture come together. One of the biggest things, okay, is delegate. You can't do everything, all right? By delegating, it not only takes something off your plate, but here's the thing that delegating does that some people don't realize it even happens. Delegating instills confidence and develops leaders. And here's how. If you have a coach on your team who's having a hard time, maybe, with posting in your team page, the confidence isn't there. They have all these questions and they're just not posting your team page. Give them something to post in there. Say, hey, every single week, can you post the national wake-up call information in our team page? Can I count on you to do that? I'm trusting you. I think that you are a great leader, and I really think that you would be able to put that in our team page. It would really help me out, and I think a lot of people would get value from it. Give that job to somebody else. Delegate tasks. Make sure that you're instilling confidence in people and giving them things. That shows people that you trust them, that it's in our team, not my team, and it allows people to know where to find information, right? How do I get the information for the National Wake-Up Call to post in the page? Wait, you want me to find something on Shakeology? Where do I go find that information? Give people tasks. Delegate things. It's not something that is burdening them. It's giving them something to learn. And it's not just taking something off of you. It's allowing them to instill confidence into them to make sure they're able to do it. Now, sometimes you have to have that confidence for them long before they do. If you see somebody who is killing it, they are amazing at their Facebook posts, and they are ready to go. This is just an example. Say, hey, you are doing a great job with your Facebook page. You are adding value every single day. Would you mind hosting a team call for us on how you run your team page, on how you run your personal page, and how you add so much value into your posts? Now, they're going to be hesitant at first, right? And that's your job as a leader, is to have the confidence and know their vision long before they see it. You see their potential, and you have to remind them of their potential a lot, right? That's your job as the leader, to instill the confidence in them. When you have guest speakers on your team call come in, you are going to empower them when they run their team to not be so timid to get on a team call and run it. You're giving them an opportunity to lead when you do that. You have to give your leaders opportunities to lead if you want them to become leaders. You can't just be a micromanager that does everything. Give them opportunities to lead. So your call to action. I want you to believe in you and in your team and in your why. You have to have the belief and you have to have the vision long before it's a reality, and long before you even know what that vision is. I know I came into this business and I watched some leaders on our team, and they were all at leadership. I came in July and they were all at leadership in October. And I distinctly remember messaging my upline and going, Missy, how do I get to that event? What do I have to do? I had no clue what that event was, but I had belief in myself and in my team that we could get there. And we're going there in January. I'm going to leadership in January. You have to have the belief in yourself, and you have to have the drive in your team and in your why to get there long before you even know how to get there. have the vision, and then it's up to you to have the vision for your team long before they have the vision. And it's up to you to have the vision for your coaches long before they have the vision. You have to see the future for them. And it's up to you to paint the picture on them and remind them of their why when they want to quit, when they want to give up. Because we all have days when we want to quit and we want to give up. But it's the belief in your team and in your why and in yourself that's going to keep you going. Act like a top coach long before you have the title of a top coach. I don't have the title of top coach, okay? But I act like one. You have to be confident. People on Facebook, people who are joining your challenge group, joining your team, they don't know you from the top coach, from the discount coach. They don't know your difference. They know that they want an accountability partner who believes in them, who's going to push them and get them to great results. They know that they can instill their faith in you and their trust to get them to build a business, to help them pay their electric bill. They don't care where you are in this company. But if you're not leading with confidence, if you're not acting like a top coach long before you have that title, people aren't going to come to you. You have to fake it till you make it, guys. I remember in that Coach Basics group, remember the one got kicked out of Run My Own? One of my brand new coaches said, so you're a top coach, right? You're a star diamond. And I said, oh no, I'm an emerald coach, just like you guys. So you have to act like it long before you're there. And I guarantee if you act like it and you have confidence in it, you're going to radiate from it. And that really comes from your personal development and really just, following those top coaches, seeing what they're doing, and then catering it to yourself. Next call to action. Always be in phase one. Never leave it. What's phase one? The building phase. If you notice, we all come into this business as coach. We don't come in as a 15-star diamond. We don't come in as a premier coach, as an elite coach. We come in as a coach. And everybody starts the same place. And if you notice, the top coaches in the organization and those people who are just starting, we're doing the same behaviors every single day. We invite, we're a product of the product, and we invest in personal development. Always be in phase one. Never think you get to a point where you're like, oh, I'm an elite coach. I can sit back and relax. That's not going to keep you as an elite coach, and it's not going to keep you as a solid leader on your team. You always have to be in phase one. Remember, you have to be a leader of leaders. You have to show your team that you're not quitting. You have to be on that leaderboard every single week. You have to be the one setting the precedent, setting for them to keep chasing after. My next piece of advice, take the leap and fly. Don't look back. If you're holding back about starting your own team page, if you're like, I don't want to do a Zoom account because I don't want to pay, get the free account. You're cut off after 40 minutes, so get what you need to say in 35. Take the leap and fly. It's never too early to start something. It's never too early or too late to start something either. Take the leap and fly. What's the worst that can happen? You fall down. You get back up. Okay? How many times did we fall when we learned how to ride a bike? A lot. And guess how many people know how to ride a bike? Probably every single person on this call. But it took a lot of failures along the way to get there. So take the leap and fly. You may fall down, so you get back up and you try again. All right, that's all I have for you guys tonight. And I really hope that you got something out of it. Do you guys have any questions at all about anything covered tonight, about any announcements, anything like that? Thanks, ladies. Thank you. All right, well, if you guys don't have any questions, feel free to message me. You can post in the Dream Team thread right underneath the call, and I will make sure to respond to those. You can always shoot me over a message, and I'll make sure that I get you. Hold on, I think we have a question come through. Oh, nope, just a thing. Oh, you guys are so welcome. Oh, you guys are so nice. All right, so if you guys have any questions, just let me know. All right, I'm an open book. I'm nice. You can come talk to me. All right. Oh, when you have a new coach, how do you onboard? That's a good question, Kristen. And you know what? That's a question that all of my new diamonds ask too, and all of my new coaches ask. Hey, I have a working coach. Now what? What do I do? There's no right or wrong way to do this. I want you to think back to whenever you were a new coach and what your upline did with you, and then what you want to improve on. That's the first place to start. When I do have a new coach, I make them feel welcome right away. I get on the phone with them, or I get on a one-on-one. I really encourage you to do Zoom. I like to do all my one-on-ones on Zoom. Like I said, you can have a free account for up to 40 minutes. And it's really worth the investment of the $9 a month for your business. Personally, it's probably one of the best investments that I've made. And what I do is I make sure that I let them know, I'm very upfront with them, you're going to be overwhelmed, you're going to be confused. And I give them really clear tasks, like, okay, the week before our coach training, I want you to accomplish, making a list of 30 people who could be potential people you to reach out to. I want you to complete your back office training. I want you to come up with a rough outline of what you want to post about on Facebook and time of day, just topics. And then I onboard them right into a coach training. I have a 21-day coach training that I use to get them started up great. And I really am just there for them every step of the way. I try to get them hooked up with a success partner. I Zoom call with them to show them the team page, show them their back office, where to find information. Remember, you want to foster a leader and create a leader, not just somebody who is going to be constantly messaging you. So you want to give them how to find information right away. And I really just have them go through coach training, and that's pretty much it. It's I do send a welcome email. I do a getting started right call with my entire team, with all the new coaches, and I just make sure that I celebrate their success. And the goal for a new coach is they have to feel successful pretty quickly. So make sure you celebrate their successes. We're human. We all want to be successful. Did that help answer your question, Kristen? Technology parts as in what much? Oh, I'm glad that it helped, Kristen. As far as Zoom or PowerPoint, what type of technology stuff? Really, just get in there and play and mess around with it. That's the best thing you can do. You don't have to have people on the call when you do a Zoom chat. So you can really, I get that free account, get in there and play, screen share, mess around with stuff. I mean, this was the first time for me hosting a webinar. So earlier today, I was in here making sure everything was working and everything was going okay. And then I had people text me to let me know that they could see everything. So just really, make sure that you screen share. Yes, screen share is in Zoom. Yes, that's part of Zoom that you can do. And I will post these slides. I'll put them in a Google document for them, and I will post them. I can definitely do that. Any other questions? All right, well, if you guys think of anything else, like I said, don't hesitate to message me. I'm more than willing to answer your questions. I may not get to them right away, or you may get them at a really weird time if my son's up in the middle of the night. But make sure you reach out to me if you have a question. I'll be more than willing to ask. So I will let you guys get back to your Monday night. Thank you for hopping on, and I hope to see you guys again. All right. Oh, I love you guys too, Heather. All right. Talk to you guys later. All right. Bye.